student. In last lecture where we ended with lateral shift and change in height and depth with reflection. One more point I'll complete before I give you an assignment for this. Prior to starting further, what we have ended with apparent value by actual value is equal to n of observer by n of object. And I told you this is going to be useful formula for lots of MCQ and numerical. When I say apparent value, this value can be height, depth, thickness or velocity by actual value, like apparent velocity by actual velocity. When you are observing object from different medium, apparent velocity will also different. Or apparent thickness of medium by actual thickness. Apparent depth by actual depth. Apparent height by actual height is equal to n of observer. N of observer means refractive index of medium where observer is, by n of object means refractive index of medium where object is. On base of this, if observer is in air, then we have used this. Let's say object is at actual depth h and it appear at h dash. Then what is upward shift? This one is upward shift delta x. Then you can give upward shift delta x is equal to h minus h dash. And if you remember, we have further simplified these two. H inside the bracket 1 minus 1 by n. Here observer medium is air. Or in general you can write down it as h 1 minus n of observer by n of object. This much upward shift will take place. This we have gone through in last lecture. Now one more important concept from this. If we are having multiple media, if multiple refraction is taking from more than one medium, then how to apply this concept? Like see this. Yes. We are having three different media. Here, first one, medium having refractive index n1. The second medium having refractive index n2. And third medium having refractive index n3. Height of first medium h1, second h2 and third is h3. So in this case, if I want to apply this formula, apparent value by actual value means, for example, apparent thickness or apparent depth by actual depth is equal to n of observer by n of object. Then how to apply this? So remember, I can treat these three medium as a single medium, three media as a single medium of height h. This combined medium, first part having h1, h2, h3, I can treat it as single medium of height h. In that case, h will be equal to h1 plus h2 plus h3. At the same time, this I can treat as a single medium of refractive index n. Then how to take n? Then it will be n1 h1 plus n2 h2 plus n3 h3 upon h1 plus h2 plus h3. Again I do repeat, we are having three different medium. I want to treat it as a single medium. Then I can treat it as a single medium of depth h is equal to h1 plus h2 plus h3 and single medium of refractive index n equal to n1 N1H1 plus N2H2 plus N3H3 upon H1 plus H2 plus H3. Then this will act as your N of object. N observer not given, you can take 1. Yes, this was for apparent change in height and depth. Later on we'll combine it with image formation by mirror also. Like if you are keeping glass plate in the path of the light which is going to mirror, how it affects. So right now this is fundamental or basic concept. One more consequence for refraction is total internal reflection. Look, in textbook, entire concept of total internal reflection is discussed. Physics behind that as well as application point of view. But here we'll only go for application point of view. Uses of total internal reflection, that will be better teach or in physical class rather than this virtual class. But I'll discuss what is total internal reflection and how you have to apply it for problem solving. So see, for total internal reflection, consider a denser medium having depth h and refractive index n, at bottom of which a point-like object O is kept. Light ray from this point-like object is inciding at the interface of medium. This part have a refractive index, let's say n, and upper having refractive index n2, that is 1. Let's say we are taking a. Or in general, if I have to take, I can take this also as one medium, this also as second medium. But for simplicity, I am writing this medium having refractive index n and this medium having refractive index 1, means it is there. So naturally, light will bend away from the normal. Let's say OA. Now, instead of that, if I consider this light ray, then angle of incident had increased. The angle of refraction will increase further. Now, if angle of incident increase continuously at one particular angle, what will happen? Light will become parallel to the surface of medium. So, at that time, angle of refraction will become 90 and corresponding angle of incident for which angle of refraction have become 90 is called critical angle C. Now, if angle of incident increase further than the critical angle, then what happen? Light won't pass from medium 1 to medium 2, but it will reflect back in the same medium. This phenomena is called total internal reflection. Look, at every point for all light there are two possibilities: partial refraction, partial reflection, refraction, reflection. Now, if angle of incident increase further than the critical angle, then what happen? Entire light intensity will be reflected. That will be no refraction part. This phenomena is called total internal reflection. So naturally, from figure it is clear that condition for total internal reflection is angle of incident should be equal to or greater than critical angle. Now, in question, how you have to decide whether you have to treat this problem by total internal reflection or not. So there will be some boundary words like the maximum height of medium up to which object is just visible, just not visible, just appear, just disappear. Then that will be the total internal reflection problem. See, look at me properly. I am looking to the bottom of water tank. I can see the bottom. Now when I go back and back and back, at one particular point what will happen? I will able to see only surface of water. Then from this I go back further, I will able to see only surface of water. But if I step forward, I will able to see the bottom. So how I can justify or how I can explain my position? It is maximum distance up to which bottom is visible, or opposite, minimum distance after which bottom is not visible. So this kind of verge condition, boundary condition, maximum height up to which object is visible, minimum height up to which after which it is not visible, you have to solve by the problem of total internal reflection. Understood again? From here, if I step forward, then I'll able to see the bottom. If I step backward, I will not able to see the bottom. So what is my position? It is the maximum position up to which it is visible, or a minimum position after which it is not visible. So this kind of problem you have to solve by total internal reflection. Now what is mathematics behind that? Apply Snell's law over here. First medium, n1 sin I is equal to n2 sin R, but n1 we have taken as n sin I. What is I? Critical angle C. As I said, for simplicity purpose, n2 I have taken 1. 1, and what is angle of refraction? 90, sin 90 is 1, so here it will be 1. Or can you say that sin C is equal to 1 by n? Here C represents critical angle. Sin C is equal to 1 by n, C critical angle, and n is refractive index of denser medium in this case. But this is specific concept when we are taking denser medium having refractive index n and rarer medium is n. But again, here also if you want to write down in general formula, then sin of C will be equal to, can you say that n of observer, that is second medium, by n of object also. And on base of this and one more further concept, you may have lots of questions. So prepare this total internal reflection properly. Yes. Yes, one specific problem from NCERT I am giving on base of total internal reflection, but treat this problem as a theory. Answer of this problem is applicable to lots of other questions also. So what is that? You are having a point like source of light. At the bottom of liquid container, let the height of liquid container or depth up to which the source is kept or height up to which liquid is kept is h. So on this side, maximum up to here light is able to go. After that, light won't able to pass from one medium to other. So this is maximum possible angle. We can take it as a critical angle. Here also on this side, this will be critical angle C. So look, what can be wording? What maximum height so that this source is visible, or up to what area the spot of this source can be seen on the top. Look, they can keep word like what should be the height of liquid so that source is visible, or in which area on the surface source is visible. Because question you have to identify, they will not give like solid by total internal reflection, but this kind of boundary condition, maximum height or maximum horizontal distance or maximum area up to which the source is visible. So let take this, I'll put it correct. So can you say that the spot of this source is visible in this circular part, and from this edge it is visible up to distance r, and the maximum permissible height of liquid, what we have kept h, this medium having refractive index n, upper medium not given than 1, air. So as we have written, sin of C is equal to 1 by n. Now simple logic, if you take this triangle, opposite side available, adjacent available, so naturally we have to go for 10. Sin C is equal to 1 by n, so cos C is equal to under root of n square minus 1 by n, under root of 1 minus sin square C. So what will be 10c? 1 upon under root of n square minus 1. Yes. At the same time, 10c is also equals to r by h, or r is it equal to h upon under root of n square minus 1. This is one concept what you are supposed to prepare. This give relation between r, that is horizontal distance on the surface of denser medium, and h is a depth of denser medium. R is a horizontal distance up to which object is visible on either side, and h is depth. And see, the spot is visible in this part. So can you say that area up to which spot is created is pi r square? That will be pi h square upon n square minus 1. In this area, this point-like object will be visible. On base of this, different question can be formed. Like here, second medium can be changed. This can be compound medium. But this is your base formula. If you are applying, if you are knowing this how to apply, then further you will be able to apply. Yes, in this, what are? Either you can say radius of this circular path, or sorry, correction, not circular path, radius of this circular spot, or it is horizontal distance from edge of the medium up to which it is visible. H is depth. So it relation between h and r. And area up to which the spot will be created will be A is equal to pi r square, that is pi h square upon n square minus 1. Here student, this was basic of refraction and application of refraction. Then onward, next lecture to be followed will be based on refraction through curved surface.